Welcome back to Cash Kicks TV. I'm your host, Cash Kicks, and today we're back with a new video. And speaking of videos, I apologize for some of these videos. Like, I haven't been consistent. The other day, I got a comment on one of my videos because I was complaining about not being able to get the newest sneakers, so I can't give you guys content. That is all baby talk. That's nonsense. Like, we here are content creators. We're supposed to be able to make content. Look how much shoes I have. There's content there to be made. What it is, those videos do a lot better when you do unboxing of shoes that just released. So of course that's the videos that we want to do. But it's not about that. Just because you're getting views on the unboxing, people are just watching your video because they want to know about that recent shoe. They don't really rock with you as much as you think when you're getting all those views. And that's just the truth. That's no hate. It's just, for me, if I'm able to drop a video on something that is not even trending and get views, what does that really mean? That means people really care about my opinion and want to see me in my video. And that's what I want. I don't want to just people watching my video just because I have the newest shoe in my video. It's not always about that for me. And I kind of lost, you know what I mean? I kind of lost the whole aspect of understanding that, which is why my content has been a lot slower lately. But now I definitely realize that now. That comment really helped me. So I forget who sent me that comment or who wrote that comment, but shout out to you, man, because you helped me open my eyes again and realize that it's not about just having popular sneakers in your videos. It's about making content that you want to make. Who cares if you get 7 views or 300 views? Like, it's just about being happy with your content. And that's what we're back doing. That's exactly what we're back doing. Making content that we want to make. And we got one today. We got 5 sneakers that I think I paid too much money for. It's funny how I came up with this video, actually, because it was one of those ones, like, I was literally looking at my collection and wondering to myself, what shoes did I get ripped off? Like, what shoes did I pay too much money for? And then I realized, let's do a video about that. Let's see 5 shoes that I just paid way too much money for. Let's get into it right now. Alright guys, so 5 shoes that I think that I paid too much money for. So let me clarify. I'm not saying that I paid too much money for these shoes in comparison to what they're worth now. I'm just saying that I shouldn't have paid that much for that particular shoe. Not all of them. Some of them is a market thing. Some of them are going to be because I just shouldn't have paid that money for that shoe. And it comes down to straight number 1. I'm going to let you guys know I did get the new table. Thanks to my baby girl, she got me a new table. But it is a little bit too short. But she gets an A for effort. She's trying. You know what I mean? She wanted me to have a new table. And, you know, just a little too short. But it's here. We're going to get a higher one, so we can get better visuals on shoes in our videos. But let's get back to our shoe number 1. And it is the Jordan 4 Neon. You guys know I love my Jordan 4s. But I paid too much money for these. These were retailing for $300 plus tax. It came out to about $340. I'll be honest with you, when I saw $340 for these, I was like, I guess I'm not getting them, because they just were not worth that to me. But it was the beginning of quarantine. There was no shoes dropping like that, so I told myself, hey, might as well. It's not like the shoes coming out next week. I don't know what, we didn't know what was really going on with releases at that point. And they put this one on the website, and I said it's a 4, decent colorway. But now these are they're way below retail right now. I probably could get these for $200 brand new if I wanted to. But that's what happens when you're impatient. It's still a shoe I love. One thing I really love about the shoe is that bubble here. It reminds me just like the Air Max. You know what I mean? I need the Air Max in this colorway, actually. I saw I think it was Big Sean wearing them. And I ain't trying to look like no dick rider, but he looked hella good in them. You know what I mean? He made them look good. So I'm the type of guy, when I see someone like that make a shoe look good, I'm like, damn, I can make that shoe look good too. So don't be surprised you see that in my collection soon. But yeah, man, this for sure I paid too much money for. And yeah, I think it just came down to a patience thing, man. But end of the day, it is a Jordan 4, which is my favorite silhouette. But I just think a little bit too much. It made the top 5. You know what I mean? It's right there though. It's number 5. You know what I mean? I'm doing this in order, by the way. So number 5 would be literally like 5th. Number 1 would be like the most I feel ripped off by, for sure. So this will be number 5 for me, okay? Let's get into number 4. Number 4 is kind of like a shoe like number 5. Not really the most popular. Let's just get straight into it. It is the Jordan 5 Michigan, right? So I paid $300 plus tax for these. A good friend of mine was actually able to get them for me. At first, he was going to get them discounted, and later on he said that he couldn't get the discount. I don't know, we're not gonna get too much into that, but he said he couldn't get the discount for these, so then I had to pay full price for them. I'm not gonna be like, oh, you can't get a discount, I don't want the shoe no more. But it was a little bit too much. But at the time, I really wanted the shoe. The reason why I feel I paid too much for these, because as you guys probably saw, these were sitting, and they're cheaper definitely than retail now, but they were sitting. I thought these were going to be 100% sold out, which is why I had to go to him, you know what I mean? But I seen them just sitting in a mall that doesn't even get shoes. I was livid. Right? But it's part of the game, man. You're going to take your wins and losses. Shout out to Meek Mill. You're going to take your wins and losses, and this was a loss for me, but still glad to have this in my collection. I was actually close to selling this pair. I was very close to selling this pair, but I think it's going to be a keeper for me. I'm not going to sell these because it's a dope colorway. We're not getting nothing like this in a while, and you got to appreciate that, man. And the material is pretty good. I understand why the retail was a little bit higher. It's just the fact that it was sitting, and I could have got them for cheaper, which is why I say this is a shoe that I paid too much money for. Let's get into shoe number 3. Now we're coming into a little bit more hype sneakers. This one here is an Air Force, and it is the Skeleton Air Force that dropped on Halloween. I believe it was last year. Yeah, they're actually dropping these in an orange pair this year apparently for Halloween, but definitely not getting those. Just, I didn't put that in my October release, sneaker release video, but they are dropping a pair like these in orange. But the reason why I say I paid too much for these, the price went up in these actually, right? Or it's the same, I'm not too sure, but it's relatively still close to what I paid. But it's just a little bit too much I paid for an Air Force. I'm telling you guys, GOAT, you have to be very careful with what you spend on GOAT, because what you see that you're paying for on GOAT, that's not going to be the end result. I'm talking for my Canadians here. They're going to get you with duty fees. Sorry. They're going to get you with duty fees, and it's going to hurt. And these last 3 shoes I show you, I'm not even talking because of duty fees why I feel I paid too much money. So that's how much I feel ripped off. Like, I just feel with this shoe, I shouldn't have paid, I believe it was almost close to $500 for an Air Force that, as you guys can see, I haven't really worn. So what do I do with a shoe like this? Do I sell it? No, because guys over here, they think because I'm selling a shoe that you had it, it should be cheaper. No, I haven't worn them. Find these somewhere else. Like, you're not, right? But I still love the shoe nonetheless. It's just I paid too much for something like this as an Air Force. Again, it was quarantine time. Your head's all over the place. You just wanted something new just to make you feel better about that whole quarantine. That's kind of why I bought these, man. Hopefully, I don't know, with winter coming up, you're not going to see these, but hopefully next summer, spring, I'm able to enjoy these a lot more. As of now, I feel like I kind of wasted my money on these. Maybe if I had the white pair, I can't wait till I start making my trips to America. That's all I'm going to say. You're going to see a lot more shoes added to my collection, because something like the white pair, you can get down there for $300 USD, no problem. You don't got to worry about none of the stuff we have to worry about over here. So wait till we start making trips. But number 3, definitely paid too much money for these Air Force Skeletons. So that's number 3 on my list. Let's get to number 2. Number 2 is a recent shoe I got. You guys probably saw my review on them. It is the Bapes. I know you guys are thinking, man, how excited I was when I got these. And I still am happy I got these in my collection. Alright, like these are the Bape Stars. Blue, camo, like ABC, whatever the hell it is, right? And I wore them a few times, right? But there's a couple reasons why I feel like I got ripped off on these. First of all, I paid almost $500 for these as well. I think that's a little bit too much for a pair that was worn also a couple times. He kept them in good condition, but it wasn't it wasn't perfect. Usually sometimes when you buy used pairs, it's basically brand new. I had to put in a little bit of work to get the structure back in these a little bit. And I noticed that if you watch my video, you see me kind of look at them like the quality isn't the greatest it's not perfect. Usually when I go for used shoes, it's borderline perfect. That's one thing, right? Another thing was, this is an Air Force. This is like going back to the Air Forces, man. This is $1,000 right here that I spent on 2 sneakers. So now if I take these away and put $1,000 into something else, plus duty fees, what could I get with that money now? Now we're talking like, I could put $200-300 and what could I get? You know what I'm saying? So that's pretty much why I made number 2. It's not that I paid just too much money for it. It's just like, what could I have done with that money instead of gotten this? Like, I could have took that money and got something a lot more better for what I paid for these. This is something you get if you can get for a steal, to be honest. And like I said, I was trigger happy. I wanted something new. I wanted something different. No one has these that I know. So that's what turns me on these. It's true. I want shoes that people do not have. I'm different. I don't want my collection and all these lames have these same shoes. You know what I mean? I'm not trying to be rude, but like, you see it all the time. You see lames and Bread 11s because they keep dropping they're accessible. These aren't. You ain't gonna have these. You know what I mean? Which is why I wanted them. But like, was it really worth the dollar amount? I don't think so. You know what I mean? So that's why I regret these a little bit. Do I sell them? No. But it's a learning experience, man. Wins and losses, right? Let's go into my number 1 shoe. A lot of you guys are probably going to be surprised. I don't think this is number 1 on my release because this is number 1 because it's the most amount of money, but at the same time, I regret it the least out of all these shoes. Let's get the shoe in there first of all. Just smashed the shoe. It's okay because it's right here. It is the Jordan 4 Union. Guys, listen. Great shoe. You guys can see here if you watch my video, I unstitched them. Okay? Like it's full up. Like the tongue is out. It looks even better now. But let's go into why I feel I paid too much for these. There's 2 reasons, okay? The first reason, right? The first reason is that it actually went down from what I got it at on Go. By a few $100s at first. It went back up, but by a few $100s, right? That's the first thing. The second thing is these are obviously releasing again. I knew that when I got these. But do I ever win anything on sneakers or a Union? No. So that was never an option to me. But the price would have dropped a little bit. So this is going down to that patience thing that I need to learn, right? So that's one thing. The second thing that I messed up at, the Guava Ice pair is not releasing again, which they did say at first it was, but it's not releasing again. What does that mean, guys? I could have got that pair cheaper than this, and then still somehow get these later, even if it's for the same amount I got them for. Having the Guavas for what I could have got them for, which was $200 cheaper than this at the time, which now are up $1,500 by the way, because they're not releasing again. That is why this is number 1. I should be holding the Guava Ice pair and getting ready to get these after the 16th. Taking my loss on the 16th and then seeing what the resale is quickly and having both pairs. Because I really want that Guava Ice pair. But this is why it made number 1. I paid about $1,200 plus duty fees on this shoe. We're not getting into duty fees because I need to talk about Go in another video. I'm not even going to tell you guys what the duty fees were. If you could guess how much I paid on duty fees for these, I will send you $50. Guess how much I paid for duty fees for this shoe. If you get it correct, I will transfer you, PayPal, e-transfer, whatever it is, $50. If you can guess how much I paid on duty fees for this shoe. But yeah, man, like, it's an amazing shoe. It just still had to make the list. It's still a shoe I paid too much money for. It doesn't matter how much money you have. You overpay on some of these shoes, you're not going to be happy. We've seen Millionaire. We've seen the PJ Tucker see how much his bill was at Flight Club and be furious. It's not about how much money you have. I'm not a billionaire. I'm not a millionaire. At the end of the day, I want to save money where I can save money. And I could have saved money on all 5 of these sneakers, but I didn't. And it's all part of what I've been saying all these videos, taking wins and losses, and we have more wins coming our way. I have a lot of steals. Maybe my next video should be top 5 steals I have in my collection. So let me know if you want to see that video too, because we could definitely make that happen, because I definitely have way more steals for retail, under retail, than what I got ripped off for. You know what I mean? So that's pretty much it, man. I was really excited to do this video. You could probably get that vibe from this video, man. Like, honestly, just doing the videos on what you honestly enjoy is so much better than just waiting for a sneaker to drop and hoping it does well because it's popular. Just do videos on stuff that you enjoy doing. It's a lot more fun, and you're gonna see a lot more success from it. I can feel it already, you know what I mean? So it wasn't that consistent before because we were waiting on things that weren't coming. We don't know what's going on with these releases, right? So you know what's in your collection. Be a content creator, create content. That's what we're here to do. That's what I'm here to do. So I hope you enjoyed today's video, man. Remember to hit that subscribe button. We're on our way to 2,000. And like, that's pretty much it, man. Make sure you hit that notification bell so you don't miss my next video. And yeah, that's it. Cash Kicks TV, we out. Come on, guys. You made it this far. Make sure you hit that like button.